We went into the desert chaparral. As we walked, Don Juan explained to me that finding a beneficial or enemy spot was an important need for a man in the wilderness. We sat down to rest in the shade of some tall bushes in an area of thick vegetation. The desert chaparral around us was not dry yet. It was a warm day, and the flies kept on pestering me, but they did not seem to bother Don Juan. I was wondering whether he was just ignoring them, but then I noticed they were not landing on his face at all. Sometimes it's necessary to find a beneficial spot quickly when you're out in the open, or maybe it's necessary to quickly determine whether or not the spot where one's about to rest is a bad one. After a long pause, Don Juan suddenly turned to me and said that in order to find a proper place to rest, all I had to do was cross my eyes. He gave me a knowing look, and in a confidential tone told me I had done precisely that when I was rolling on his porch, and thus I had been capable of finding 2 spots and their colors. He let me know that he was impressed by my accomplishment. I really don't know what I did, I said. You crossed your eyes. That's the technique. You must have done that, although you don't remember it. Don Juan then described the technique, which he said took years to perfect, and which consisted of gradually forcing the eyes to see separately the same image. The lack of image conversion entailed a double perception of the world. This double perception, according to Don Juan, allowed one the opportunity of judging changes in the surroundings, which the eyes were ordinarily incapable of perceiving. We walked for perhaps an hour, while I tried not to focus my sight on anything. Then Don Juan asked me to start separating the images perceived by each of my eyes. After another hour or so, I got a terrible headache and had to stop. They are not sights proper. They are more like feelings. If you look at a bush or a tree or a rock where you want to rest, your eyes can make you feel whether or not that's the best resting place. At one moment, I caught sight of what I thought was a pebble which reflected light. I could not see it if I focused my eyes on it, but if I swept the area with fast glances, I could detect a sort of faint glitter. I pointed out the place to Don Juan. It was in the middle of an open, unshaded, flat area devoid of thick bushes. He laughed uproariously, and then asked me why I had picked that specific spot. I explained that I was seeing a glitter. I don't care what you see. You could be seeing an elephant. How you feel is the important issue. The trick is to feel with your eyes. Your problem now is you don't know how to feel. It'll come to you, though, with practice. Perhaps you could tell me, Don Juan, what am I supposed to feel? That's impossible. Why? No one can tell you what you're supposed to feel. It is not heat, or light, or glare, or color. It is something else. Can't you describe it? No. All I can do is give you the technique. Once you learn to separate the images and see 2 of everything, you must focus your attention in the area between the 2 images. Any change worthy of notice will take place there, in that area. What kind of changes are they? That is not important. The feeling that you get is what counts. Every man is different. You saw glitter today, but that did not mean anything, because the feeling was missing. I can't tell you how to feel. You must learn that yourself.